and welcome back to the morning show. I am Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at
the fabulous Arizona Center.
And we are here with a couple of guests who've done something pretty extraordinary. They just opened a brand new studio on the west side. I actually got a chance to go to their opening and I was like blown away. Like, part of me was like, can I just hide out and live here and maybe they won't notice because it's that cool. But we have got the owners of the studio here with us. We've got Steffan and Skyler of Influence Studios. Hi.
Hi, how
hey,
you doing?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so first of all, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
opening. Big deal, huge deal. Why don't you share a little bit about Influence Studio?
Yeah. So Influence Studios has been in the works for a while as far as planning it and developing it. What do we want to see in a studio? Where do we want the studio? We thought all over the valley as far as where are we going to make that our home. Ultimately decided in West Valley, in Historic Glendale, which I think is really cool. It's a really unique place. And then we built it out in 2.5 months. It's just shy of 10,000 square feet overall. We have 10 active sets in there, from full like 360-degree studio sets to portrait walls, and then we also have just over 2,000 square foot cyclorama wall as well. We also own a rental company, so we do rentals out of there, so there's lots of cameras and gears accessible to everybody in the studio. But yeah, it's our goal to have just a really big modern studio in the West Valley.
Yeah, I was so surprised because, so I actually grew up over there. I grew up on 59th and Cactus, and so I'm super familiar with Historic Glendale. And when I saw the invite and where it was, I was like, I can't picture, like, how do you find a space that big?
Yeah.
It was so crazy. Yeah, I mean, it was incredible. But tell us kind of what your hope is for this space. Obviously, I know that people can rent equipment, but it's kind of a collaborative space that people can come in and do projects, right? They can film at the location.
Yeah, so
what's your hope?
They're able to rent it out and film either their movies, commercials, or whatever they need there. Our hope is to just give a space for the community to come in and just have a space where they can see how the industry is ran, especially how Hollywood is now leaving and coming to places like Arizona. So they get to see how a studio is ran in the Hollywood style. And with us also being a part of Arizona Filmmakers, which is a community of filmmakers, helping other filmmakers find their way in the industry, educate them, and just give them a path to how to get a successful career. We just have it as a home base for they could come in, learn, be able to shoot and do any of their projects there as well. So we just wanted to build a space on the west side for them to do that.
That's great. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your backgrounds. How did you end up here building this behemoth of a studio? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, so Influence, I've been in the film industry for over a decade now. And we actually are not originally from the Valley, originally both from the Seattle area.
Okay.
And once upon a time, we lived about 10 minutes away from each other. And at one point, it was just me, and slowly but surely grew and grew and grew to the point where I was like, hey, I have enjoyed my time here in the Seattle area, but I think it's time to start thinking bigger picture, what's next? And so ultimately decided on coming to Arizona. And Steffan and I had been friends for years, and I brought him onto a bunch of sets, and he became basically an unofficial part of Influence as a whole to begin with. So when I was looking to expand Influence, I was like, it makes perfect sense that I need more help. I need someone to walk in line with me here. Let's do this thing together. And it was just a no-brainer. So we've actually been in Arizona now. I have been in Arizona for 3 years, Steffan a year longer.
So I had my own production company, so we had our separate, but we did a lot of work together.
Okay.
But I ended up coming to Arizona a year before. I was just ready to get out of the rain and get better, some sunshine.
It is quite a change, yeah.
So I ended up moving here and just loved it. The industry was just more welcoming and inviting. And I get a call from Skyler one day because we used to work on 3-4 times a week on different sets, even if it wasn't our projects. People that were hiring us on were hiring us onto the same projects as well.
Okay.
And he gives me a call and he was like, I'm ready to get out of Washington. How's Arizona? And I was like, it's great. And he was like, well, if I come down to Arizona, I want to build something big. Like, can we partner up and do something huge? And I said, it's a no-brainer. So that's kind of how we came about.
I think it's fun for me because, so I was an actor primarily and a filmmaker in Arizona for like 20 years, you know.
You started when you were 5.
But then I kind of got out of the scene and had been removed for a while, and I'm just now kind of like dipping my toe back in, and it's wild to me, like, that you all kind of just like popped up and all of these incredible things are happening in Arizona now. And I know a lot of that's driven by the tax incentive that was put in place with the studios, and but it just feels like such a cool time to be involved in this industry in Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and going full circle, I mean, it was like Arizona was a major place for movies for so long, and then it kind of dwindled down to nothing, and to see it now coming back voraciously is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you all are part of that, ushering that back in.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you just kind of a fun, could go nasty question, not like dirty nasty, but just like,
I was like,
Oh,
oh,
no, hold
my.
up! I wasn't prepared for this.
we're a daytime show. What is the coolest thing about working with your friend, and what is like the most stressful thing about working with your friend? And I ask because we're a group of friends also doing a business, so I'm just
Sure.
curious what that experience has been like.
For me, the coolest thing about working with your friend is being able to have the success that you have with someone that you trust, and someone that's not just you go to work and like we have barbecues and we have our families together. Our kids are about the same age.
Yeah.
Both of our kids, so like they're good friends and they hang out a lot. So like that's a very like I like to have my business feel like a family more than just like, hey, how you doing? How was your weekend? Get to work and then not talk to each other anymore.
Yeah.
The bad parts is, you know, you got to separate your friendships and your business sometimes. And no matter, we're very blunt people. So like if something is not working or something's not, we're not afraid to tell the other person about it. So you definitely have some hard conversations you have to have.
Yeah.
But if you are, like, we're open to criticism and everything. If you're open to that, then you could have a successful business. So that's
Yeah.
what I like.
I would say for me, having a business partner that is also like your best friend is really cool, because I think that, all right.
You get credit.
It's really cool because I think there's a level, because before Steffan and I were ever business partners, we were still friends and we were still shooting all the time together. So now being business partners, it doesn't feel like he's growing his thing and I'm growing my thing and we're both kind of whatever independently. It's like you get someone who wants the best for you as much as they want the best for them, and
Right.
the dynamic makes something epic like what we're doing. I think being friends only enhances that. And so I don't see, honestly, a lot of drawbacks to that.
Wow. All right. I like it. Okay, so let folks know where they can find out more information about Influence Studio, learn more about you, maybe rent some equipment, book some time there, all the good stuff.
Perfect. So you can find us on social media at The Influence Studios AZ, and you could also find us online at influencestudiosllc.com. Where else can they find us? Squarespace.
Yeah, Peerspace, Gigster, basically any rental platform we're on. Our websites, or us directly on social media.
Yeah, and I just want to say too, I keep looking at the wrong camera. I just want to say too that these gentlemen right here are super approachable. They're wonderful to work with. So I know a lot of filmmakers can feel intimidated sometimes to approach folks like you that feel like you're a little bit elevated in the community. I'm putting you on the spot and saying they are going to be wonderful to you. And
We're normal people.
Yeah,
If you give us
yeah.
a call, we'll answer the phone call. It's not the whole thing. Like
We
we're-
understand.
I mean, the vibe
Yeah.
you're giving off is not, I'm up here and I'm looking down at you.
No,
Yeah.
we love it. We actually just had BYU bring their film class through the studio this morning, and they were like, "It's so cool that you do that." And I'm like, "That's what we want. We want to be a part of the community. We're very approachable."
Yeah, totally. And I felt that vibe at the opening. It was just a very welcoming, cool environment to be in. So I appreciate you for building that as well. I think that's important in the community. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of The Morning Show. Like Steffan and Skyler, we love highlighting local stories, local businesses, local people doing amazing things. So if you have something you'd like to share with us, you can reach out at On The Morning Show on Instagram or hello.
Email, yeah, it's hello@onthemorningshow.com.
That's right. We are going to kind of just go kick it for the rest of the day today. We
Yeah.
appreciate you tuning in for the episode. We'll be right back with you with even more fresh content. So see you next time.